Chinese fishing fleet of 250 fishing vessels overseen by the Peruvian Navy. The Peruvian Navy on Friday carefully watched a Chinese fishing fleet of about 250 fishing vessels set sail just outside the Andean waters, prompting the fishing industry domestic anger and spark war on Twitter between Washington and Beijing. Peru said it would resolutely drive away the Chinese fishing vessel if China continued to violate the border. The Peruvian side also threatened to use guns and cannons to shoot at Chinese fishing boats if they exploit their waters. The fleet, previously fishing for the giant squid near the Galapagos Islands off Ecuador, was discovered this week by the Peruvian Navy at 230 miles (370.15 kilometers) off the country's coast, reported by local maritime customs. Defense Minister Jorge Chavez told reporters on Friday that our Navy is making crossings, ensuring no such ships are within our jurisdiction. The commander of the Coast Guard, Rear Administration, Jorge Porter Guerrero, told Reuters the fleet was identified and positioned after the low-altitude flight of a probe with a Masters patrol vessel. Updated to Wednesday. Not all are in one place. They were scattered, he said, adding to that of 250 to 270 ships. We have no evidence of their entry into our maritime space. The U.S. Embassy in Lima said the Chinese ships had a history of evading tracking and appeared to have spilled contaminated plastic. Overfishing can cause enormous ecological and economic damage. The U.S. Embassy said on Twitter this week that it could not tolerate such losses. The Chinese embassy replied that protecting the marine environment is very important. We hope that the Peruvian public is not deceived by misinformation. The local fisheries association has set up huge squid indiscriminate fishing that hurts the domestic industry. Squid accounts for 43% of Peru's seafood exports. It is an open secret that every 5 ships, mainly from China, are installed just at the edge of 200 miles off Peru to extract the area, said Katanja Al-Joven, president of the National Association of Fishing, said on Friday. By exploiting an uncontrolled resource in those waters, it can negatively impact the Peruvian ecosystem. The Peruvian government passed a law in August requiring local and foreign ships operating offshore to use GPS and SysISAT, a satellite tracking system for boats. Porter Guerrero said the Chinese fleet had been present in the Pacific for many years, stretching from northern Chile, the Peruvian coast and near the Galapagos Islands, depending on the squid migration pattern. He added that in 2014, 3 Chinese-flagged ships were detained in Peru's maritime territory following an operation with naval submarines and helicopters, although additionally, this type of fleet was found in many parts of the world. We have one big game against Argentina, another in the north of Brazil. There are several areas around Australia, New Zealand, East Africa and in the Indian Ocean. It's a global problem, he said.